Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sprawl here on the ShadowcastersNetwork. How is everybody?
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on.
Get pumped.
Yeah.
I seem a little bright on stream. Am I fine webcam wise, or am I just hallucinating?
Yeah, you seem right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could also
Cool.
just be a color correction
It could be
thingy.
It could be my monitor as well.
I was gonna say Oz is just color correcting us. He has to correct our color. He does the.
Yeah. I'll make sure that we all
And
look.
he was the one who told me to get purple hair. That nerd.
You're
It
welcome.
looks good though.
All right.
Looks so good.
I want to show off this martini glass I've got because it's like
Ooh,
Cyberpunk,
my
and I just dripped it all
God.
over my notes. Woo!
Yeah.
Getting this started right.
This is drunk jamming at its finest, and what I do basically
Bye.
every time.
Also, I love how. Okay, I gotta stretch these out. My shirt, my sleeves say "them." That's great.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, it's very angel if you think about it.
Oh no, God! It's just seeping. It's seeping everywhere. Well, so
Phrasing.
Emergency.
That's
Phrasing, Oz.
yeah.
Final episode.
You know, that's my life. It just seeps everywhere. Hi, everybody. So we're back. We're back. We missed last week due to Hurricane Dorian barreling down potentially on my city, but luckily it skirted past the United States.
Survival.
Like, yeah. Yeah. So we're good, and so today is our kind of like our bonus makeup episode, and then we're gonna be back next week on the 14th for the next episode. So we're just gonna like keep bouncing, and then our season finale will be on the 28th. So we're gonna end the month of September with 3 episodes in the bag. I'm really excited.
Yay!
So, let's go ahead and quickly introduce ourselves and what we're doing here. We are playing the Sprawl. It is a powered by the apocalypse tabletop RPG set in a cyberpunk world that we here have created as per the system. And and we are having so much fun.
Oh, it's great.
It's awesome. I love it. But yeah, they're gonna die. So yeah, I'm Oz. I am the Master of Ceremonies. I play everybody except who these 4 people play. And I'm gonna go around in a circle, starting with Sinon.
That's me. My name is Plumber. I will be playing Sinon the Infiltrator today. At the moment, Sinon is not having his best day. He went in to get restorative cyber surgery and was betrayed by his street doctor and kidnapped by the Atelier, and is
Method acting.
Great.
in a car, I believe.
Couldn't get the car to work out.
But hey, he might have a sweet day later. That's
Let's-
the important part.
I don't know. We'll see.
Hi.
We'll see how it all turns out, right? Nathan.
Hi, hello, I'm Nathan Blades. I'm playing Geppetto, they, them, on the Sprawl. Geppetto is an activist or a pusher, using the game's class terms, who believes that all AI are sapient and should be treated like people. They have a liberation effort called the Gunpla, and they are about to have their door kicked down by the Atelier.
Ah, yes. Those good old-fashioned supermodel assassins. And hey, thanks for that
So
sub,
good, so
Memnon.
cool.
The best kind. The best kind.
Memnon says, glad I joined this community. Thanks, y'all. Aw. Glad for you to
Woohoo,
join
thank
us
you.
as well. Happy to meet you. I think this is the first time I've actually had a chance to meet you, so welcome.
Yeah.
And hope you enjoy. Next is Myson.
Hi, I am Myson. I am the team's hacker known as Whistleblower. What do? I blow whistles. I blow them very good, like kazoos. But not really. So what I actually do is I steal information from the corpse and I spread it to the public because them corpse are messing with our information. We cannot be having that. And I'm also dealing with heartbreak troubles, but who cares about that?
Aha.
Nah.
Side note, asterisk.
It's a footnote.
Yeah. And finally, Allison.
Hey, that's me. I want to start this off by doing a little something. Forgot to renew that the other day. Anyways, so hi, I'm Allison. I am playing Angel, the killer, to use the playbook terms. Her job is hit things, shoot things, make them go die-by.
Die-by.
Make them go die-by. And
Love
she
it.
is currently chilling with the gunpla, snuggling her big robotic girlfriend. And, yeah, not at all in the mood to scrap, but, well, looks like that's gonna happen.
What scrap? Clearly it's just gonna be a
Unbeknownst,
great day.
yeah, unbeknownst to you, of course, that you're gonna scrap. So, as a quick recap of what occurred last session, which we sort of touched on already, right? Sinon went in for some cyber surgery, got sold out by the cyberdoc to the Atelier, supermodel fashion assassins that were hired by Ziggurat to locate Express, the prototype android that that Geppetto and the team have kidnapped from Ziggurat, stolen from kidnapped is not exactly the best term because it's
Liberated from Ziggurat.
liberated. Thank you. Liberated from Ziggurat, and yeah, they want him. They want it back. They want their prototype back. But he's already been. Express has already been a faithful Gunpla member, happy to be who he wanted to be, and who knows? Who knows how this is all going to go, right? And yeah, so right. So now the Atelier held Sinon for interrogation. Sinon didn't really budge, but they found all of that information on his comlink, and now they are outside of Geppetto's hideout, the toy store, and meanwhile,
else would you
so
hide
Geppetto, Angel, and the Gunpla are hiding out inside. And hey, thanks Neon Caster for that sub. And we just got another reroll. This actually, we'll go ahead and talk about that. So every time that the stream boss is defeated, your name is in lights right there at the top. Hey, thanks for that sub to Allie. All of our players just like, we
but
need
it would not let me
rerolls.
until I sent the message. That's dumb. Awful.
Your name gets put in lights, and our players get a reroll resource, which allows them to reroll a roll. And it's very important in a Powered by the Apocalypse game
And
to
do love me a
reroll.
good reroll.
Yeah, yeah. Rerolling.
I don't think there is no way all our characters would still be alive
without him, for sure. Not that means that you shouldn't do it because you want to see death. They should earn their death with your love. So anyway, cool. And last but not least, a part of our recap is we ended the session with the Atelier literally like outside of the toy store, and with Whistleblower getting a message from his ex-girlfriend Colette Otoyemi saying, "I need your help." This is, of course, now Whistleblower, just to put further things into context, Whistleblower for the entire campaign has been in the Syracuse headquarters building because he is one of their security wage slaves, and he has also been tasked by Mimi Price, his supervisor, to set a trap for Angel. And Mimi Price is willing to be bait in order to acquire this, and has basically left this in Whistleblower's hands. However, Mimi Price now suspects Whistleblower of being a leak within Syracuse, and Whistleblower knew that, realized it after he saw that he's kind of being put on watch. So that's where we start off this session.
Fantastic.
So, let's go ahead and...
Oh boy.
Oh, that wasn't exactly the song I wanted. Bink.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. All right. the mood inside of the toy store is very relaxed and very celebratory. Everyone's hanging out, playing different games to increase their skills in deception. And when suddenly all of your Gunpla friends, or rather most of them, suddenly start to fritz. And like you just see around the entire store, everyone drop. All except for 3.
What?
Incisor.
What?
Incisor, your cybernetic guard dog, and Bulwark and Aegis, who you, all 3 of which you acquired from Memgold, are still standing. And we cut to, like, as you're all surprised, we cut over to the Atelier, who are parked outside of the toy store, and Chris Frequenza goes, I think there's a few here that have some kind of Memgold firewall. You need to go in now. And we see that 2 of the Atelier that are with Chris Frequenza, their tech hacker, Blade Driver, a muscular, very muscular racing jacket, who has basically like pulled a motorcycle out from the large trunk of this car.
Oh my god.
And is straddling it, as Sonia Stiletto, a Russian female with like this silver hair, and is loading her SMGs, has them ready to go. Blade pulls out his katana, and the 2 of you, Angel and Geppetto, as well as the remaining androids from Memgold, hear suddenly a and suddenly the front window of your store crashes in as this motorcycle jumps in with 2 very attractive, very deadly looking people on it. And they just race through the store. Blade Driver, the driver, is sweeping his katana along the side, slashing through a bunch of Shadowrun books. Sonia Stiletto.
Let's hope it was 5th edition.
Sonia Stiletto starts just from side to side, just raining bullets into your store, suppressive fire style, before she jumps off. And the 2, and last but not least, a shadowy figure jumps into the store through the window and darts off to the side unseen.
Bitch.
Okay.
That is a...
So...
I just want to say, that is a really good waste of bullets.
And I thought they were gonna march on right in.
It's all about making an impression, clearly.
My impression of them is that they waste bullets.
Yeah. So this motorcycle is now careening like towards you.
So in some of the things that we kind of discussed about the space previously, there's like a back room which we're currently like in. The front of the store looks like the front of the store, because obviously there's a... So are they plowing through like the wall/door at the back of the shop as well?
They're gonna, I mean, the idea would be that, I mean, how reinforced is that back door though in a toy store?
Probably not a ton, but at least it's not immediately being shot.
Right. There's nobody at the front of the store, so you all hear this, and the door that is separating the front of the store to the back, where you're all holed up, is going to click open in the silence after all of the bullets have stopped raining down in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Just clicks open.
What did you do? What did you do to them?
You get no response.
Geppetto's hand, like right hand, goes, and there is like a series of clicks in each finger, and they look coldly at the door, and without looking at Incisor and the Incisor Bulwark, and I guess, get the rest of the gunpla out of here. They can't be hurt.
I want to say, I was gonna try and say this earlier, but the second kind of everybody shut down because Angel is kind of right on top of Valkyrie. The moment she figures out something's wrong, she is going to turn around and point her rifle at the door.
Yeah, and Valkyrie has Valkyrie's one of the people that got taken down, right? So she's just like, her front screen just like a television, like an old school television turning off.
Yeah. So Angel is in high priority protect wife mode. So she's got hotline pointed at the fucking door, just like, the second I see the whites of somebody's eyes, there's going to be a dead motherfucker. I guarantee you.
So, as you're all in this standoff, watching the door, a little object gets thrown in. Clink, clink, clink.
Shit.
And it's going. Yeah.
What do you Angel's do? Like, get out of there. Something like, it's like, hey, that's a fucking grenade. Get out. Angel knows the sound of a grenade. She ain't stupid.
Yeah. So
Bitch, I know what you did.
So
you ain't slick.
Tell me what you're going to do and the move that you're going to do for it.
Okay.
You can go first, Sally, since you seem to have an idea of what you want to do.
Yeah, no, kind of my priority for that, it was just kind of chucked in the doorway, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody, because I am kind of on the other end of the room. I'm not going to be able to, like, throw the grenade back out.
Right.
I don't think that's a... Shit, what do I have on hand to do? Let's find out. But... So... Hey, Nathan, where are Incisor, Bulwark, and Aegis?
Well,
Incisor and Bulwark are off to the side. Yeah, like, I would assume that... Thinking of what they would be doing, right? Like, they would probably take point on either side of the door. Right?
Well,
like,
they
so they're
immediately
flanking the
have
door.
protection subroutines kick in, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Bulwark and Aegis probably have some sort of shielding, yeah?
And Incisor is barking. And
I think Geppetto meant what they said about calling for them to go and get the rest of the gunpla out. They can't be hurt, and that's all he says with regards to them. I guess upon noticing there's a grenade, Geppetto backs up as far as they can.
Yeah, so Geppetto's gonna back up. Incisor, Bulwark, I guess, are both kind of getting gunpla out. Okay.
all right.
Can I see what kind? Okay, it's like dark, yeah? I'm guessing. Or is it lit? What's going on?
I think it's still lit. They didn't shut down the lighting.
What kind of grenade does it look like?
As you suddenly hear the and then like this cloud starts spreading.
Smoke.
Yeah, it starts spreading into the room.
Okay. Do I smell anything crazy? Is it like gas, or is it just a smoke grenade?
You've probably seen these before, right? It is most definitely a gas grenade.
Shit. That's fun. Fuck. And I don't have anything to filter that, do I?
Cloud is spreading.
That's fine. Yeah. I think upon backing up and letting this grenade go off, Geppetto, while still arm prepared, says out loud, "Command, start live streaming." As established previously, Geppetto runs a live stream of the fabrication of parts to rebuild liberated robots in the bodies that they like. So Geppetto has decided that if anything else, the best way to kind of resolve this is to make sure this is on camera and is streaming out.
Nice. Angel kind of just goes, So she's still kind of posted up in the corner with the rifle, kind of looking at Geppetto to see what they're going to do next. Thinking maybe about getting the grenade out in the front, but also, because there's the problem of gunfire. It is a quiet gun, mind you. It is a silenced rifle, but
All right.
because if I shot the gas grenade,
Okay.
So, without
I'm
Good afternoon, followers. It seems that this is going to be the last stream for a while. I've been compromised. Still, we might be able to have a discussion live on air instead of a pointless bloodbath. But for now, know that this is not the end. It's never the end. We continue to keep fighting.
the smoke is starting to like finger its way through your screen, your live stream, and you all you're getting a whiff of it now. So I need both of you to roll a harm move because you're going to take stun damage.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh, stun. Okay. Oh god. I was reaching for my actual dice for a second. God damn it.
One
Okay.
point of harm.
Okay.
No points of harm.
roll.
Stun is just stun.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Okay. Let me pull up Angel's sheet, and then
Wait,
roll
hold on.
stun. Correct.
Stun is a separate thing. I just take a point of harm without rolling it. Hold on.
No, it's if you've suffered harm, you add that to your harm roll. But in this
Okay.
case, stun harm doesn't add anything. So you would just have-
I have currently 1 point of harm.
It's not about
Yeah,
current
same.
harm you've suffered. I think it's harm that you've suffered in the attack.
I see.
Do we still have that thing from Eagle? Out of dumb curiosity. No, we don't. Fuck.
No, that was used on healing me up a couple points previously. 177.
Yeah.
That turned out to be a fancy knit
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man's got my
For harm,
Okay. So.
yeah, when you suffer harm,
Where-
even S harm, you lower the harm suffered by the level of your armor, if any. Fill in a number
Okay.
of segments on your harm clock equal to the remaining harm, and roll the harm suffered.
Ah, so including.
Okay. So I do want to roll harm, correct?
That's a good question now. I'm wondering, like, is it harm that you've suffered in general, or is it harm that you've suffered now?
No, the harm suffered by the level of armor, if any. I don't have any armor. Fill the number of segments on the harm clock
Yeah.
equal to rolling harm, and then roll harm suffered. So yeah, it's including the harm that I'm taking now. So how much? So stun harm doesn't deal damage.
It does not.
Cool. So I did that correctly then. I
So
rolled
6.
harm with the existing point of harm that I've already gained.
Okay,
So
cool.
I rolled.
Okay. Yep.
6.
Okay. Cool.
So that's good. Rolling low in harm is good.
Oh, damn it.
That's a 9. On a
That-
9,
God. I keep rolling awful for harm.
the MC will choose one. You lose your footing, you lose your grip on whatever you're holding, you lose track of someone or something you're attending to, or someone gets the drop on you.
Oh my god, you bastard.
All right, someone gets the drop on you.
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah. I love bad rolls in this game.
I don't.
A motorcycle, like the first thing that you see in the smoke is the wheel of a motorcycle that has like
Shit.
that has literally just like wheelied and circled, semicircled into your face. It's gonna bash. It's gonna bash you. I'm gonna have you take 2 harm for that.
Oh, you fucking bastard. So I at least get to mark XP for that, but
Yeah.
Angel's pissed now. Angel's fucking pissed.
Yeah, and you see the
Watch where you're going, asshole!
yeah, he lowers his bike and and you see that this is like this big, muscular, very attractive guy with like vitiligo, and he's got a sword in his hand while he is like literally straddling onto this motorcycle. He's got
Angel draws her own sword, just like, oh, let's go, buddy. She's got like blood streaming out of her nose, but oh god, she's seeing so much red right now.
Yeah. All right.
This man just ran her the fuck over.
It's not even so much that he ran you over as in he drove up to you, semicircled,
And-
like did a donut
And gave me a fucking
into your
gave
face.
Me a fucking road burn, that
Yeah.
fucker.
So,
Oh,
what do you do?
oh no. What do I do?
Yeah.
So I already mentioned that I pulled out my sword, and in the other hand, I'm gonna pull out the revolver and just like, okay. I want to say, because it is either I'm going to basically fire on this man, or I'm going to go for the sword. One of the two.
Sword.
I mean, we could. She's just kind of like right now. She's just kind of circling. Cyber eyes glowing through the smoke, just kind of like, I'm watching you, bitch. And then she's going to like come at him with the sword.
All right, so you're doing attack. Go ahead and
Yep. Roll sword.
Yeah. Did I already
that
forget what
meat?
that is? Mix it up. Yes, thank you.
Let's time to mix. Let's mix, baby.
Or meat or synth, I guess, if you have yours.
Yeah, I'm using my cyber arm with the sword. Of course I am. So I guess I'll roll synth if you're cool with that, Oz.
If your cyber arm allows it, or whatever. What are you using? Just broadcast it so we can see it.
I will be using. Hold on. I'll be using Gabriel, and Gabriel is in the hand that is my cyber arm.
Right. So I meant broadcast your cyber arm.
Okay. Augmented strength. Yep.
So you get +2 harm when using a melee weapon that relies on physical strength.
It hits harder.
It's going to. If we are lucky, it is going to bury itself in this man.
It seems like it's still a meat roll, though.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Sure. Okay. So we're gonna roll meaty, no forward, correct?
Correct.
Okay, here we go. Cross your fucking fingers, toes, and ass cheeks, folks. Oh god, that's a 5.
We have rerolls on deck, though.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
I'm gonna take the reroll. Here we go. Please be good. That is a 7.
That's better.
Yeah, that's good. I
All
will
right.
take the 7.
Let's use up your reroll here real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so
And then that'll hit for a total of 5 harm.
yeah, you achieve your objective, but then you're gonna choose 2. Oh, what happened to my cams? Ah,
Oh.
I don't
there
know.
we go.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and then damn it. Sorry, stream stuff. Okay.
It's okay.
Just streaming things.
There we go. Okay, fixed. All right, so yeah, you achieve your objective, but you're gonna choose 2 of those things.
Yep. Shit. I'm gonna check Geppetto's sheet for a hot second.
Oh,
See how harmed you are. Okay.
I have 1 point of harm.
Yeah, no, I've got 3, so I don't really want to take any more harm.
Okay.
If that makes any sense at all.
It makes sense, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
choose under.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
either
you choose
I
what
make too much
happens,
noise.
so-
Yeah. I know. So what would the relevant mission clock be in this case if I wanted to make way too much fucking noise?
We're outside of mission, I think. I don't know whether that.
Yeah,
one's
that's the
relevant.
thing. I don't think any of these mission clocks would advance
Okay.
as a
So
result.
that sucks.
I don't think that's an
Unless you're
option.
gonna do like unless you're gonna do like some separate safety net clock for I don't know cops coming down.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. And
Let's start a threat clock for safety
yeah.
net shows up.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah, I'll
Safety
take
net
that.
Enforcers. Yeah.
Because I don't know. That could be swung. We have a very talented pusher who's good with their words.
Mm-hmm.
So it could easily just be like, I was just trying to help these robots and these motherfuckers came in and threw a gas grenade on the floor.
Let's hope we survived the exchange to get that far.
Like a bunch of jerks. God.
And then you have to pick 2 of them. So you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yep. So ally takes harm or something of value breaks. I'm gonna just go ally takes harm because I feel like if something were to break, it's not going to be the sword. It is going to like be my arm. So I'm not gonna give Oz that satisfaction of breaking my cyber arm. Fuck you, I'm keeping it.
All right, so we're advancing. Safety net shows up. Threat clock. And you suddenly see you see a figure suddenly like lunge through this smoke. She's wearing this like gas mask, and she just grabs this. She has a knife in her hand, and she just swings at Geppetto, and just sticks. Let's see how much damage is it. A 2 harm blade into your shoulder.
Oh my
So you
god.
take 2 harm.
immediately roll harm when I take harm, so
Correct.
hold on. I go up to 3 harm. I then roll harm. I have suffered 3 points of harm. This potentially KOs me.
Shit.
7,
I would like to
10.
actually have a conversation here, so I am going to probably. It's a shame that I'd have to put it offline, but I am going to break my cyber hand. The dagger goes into the hand and shorts it and no longer works.
Did you want to re-roll it by chance?
Oh yeah, I would go for it.
No, it's fine.
Ooh. Okay, so a 10. So you're
Spicy.
choosing 1. You said that you are taking.
I'm taking my cybernetic hand offline.
Got it. Okay, so. Bam. All right. So yeah. So this this knife like jams into your shoulder, which like fucks with the nerves that would reach into your cybernetic hand to be able to control it, and it just kind of like shuts down, and so now you have like this totally useless dead weight of a
Floppy.
hand. And
God.
I'm also gonna need you
Okay.
to make 1 additional roll. Can you roll meat for me, please?
Oh, for quite
Oh,
a
God.
property, do I
I'm
just
gonna-
immediately die?
I need to change this music because I think this is a little more,
My god.
this is less fun.
Oz, who's just like, okay, but before you have fun, I'm gonna have some fun.
Cool. I have 0 in meat, so I will roll that.
Oh god.
I get a 7.
On a 7, you feel this like searing pain inside of you, and it's starting to spread inside of you. There's a poison on this very attractive assassin. Like, she's just looking at you in the eyes through her gas mask, and like you can see it through it, and she's just like, yes, like she's just so excited to be pumping this into you. You have a -1.
I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. So
wait. So that you
ahead.
know, you have a -1 ongoing to act under pressure and mix it up moves.
Okay.
Okay.
For the fiction, and because I think because I'm taking this damage directly into body and they're in melee range, I continue to look them dead in the eyes as like, are we going to have a fucking conversation? Or are you just going to waste everyone's time with senseless fights? If you're going to kill me anyway, at least give me the satisfaction of talking to a person.
What move would you like to do to convince her to lay off?
I'll roll style to convince her to actually have a conversation.
Is that like would it be fast talk, or are you just trying?
Yeah, that's fast talk.
Wait, there's fast talk and there's another social move. I forget. Play hardball.
To be
that's more violence.
Like intimidation rather than convincing, right. I suppose.
Yeah. No, let's go with fast talk.
I do have it forward. I do well.
Nice. With a 13, the NPC does what you want. So she and she just like rips this knife out from your shoulder, and she's gonna kick you down, aim one of her SMGs with her offhand into your face, and says, "We're here for Express. We don't need to kill you." Sorry, Russian accent, hold on. "We're here for Express. We don't need to kill you to get it, but I'm sure they would love to send a message."
You're underestimating the situation, unfortunately. You found the right person. I did absolutely take the robot who is now called Express. Their name previously was just a string of letters and numbers that would be meaningless to you or I. But now they're a person, and I value their life considerably more than mine. You've probably been given. Let me check. Let me sure I understand the situation. You've probably been given a description of what Express looks like, right? Oh no, you haven't. Oh dear.
She goes, "I haven't been given a description of what he looks like because we've already gotten reports that he's changed."
And could be anything.
Could be, but you know exactly what he is.
And you were about to kill me. I mean, I'm probably going to be dying of whatever you've stuck in my arm, right? And if I die, then you'll never know.
Actually, we will know. Ziggurat, as you have said about value, Ziggurat happens to value this prototype quite a bit, and gave us access to certain. Chris, what is it? And you hear off to the side, like off in the back, like just like these footsteps crunching on glass, walking into the room. Says, code fragments. Let's just call it code fragments. Says,
Sure.
Here, why don't we go ahead and just start having a look? And Chris is going to. You see Chris, like, as the smoke is starting to settle from the gas grenade, Chris is pulling a cable out from his wrist and is just jamming it into. Who would have been up front? I'm missing his name.
Oh, the robot that would have been Carotid.
Yeah. Carotid, and starts scanning him, and goes, "This one's not it.
Geppetto is immediately alarmed and stops paying attention to Miss Stiletto, like, immediately. Don't you dare touch them! They're not tools to be interfered with a cable. How would you like it if I put an ice pick in the back of your skull?
Did I hear ice pick? I can do that once I'm done cutting up this
Allie,
guy.
this is not the time. Sorry, Angel, this is not the time. My bad. Apologies.
You just hear swords clanging in the background. We'll get to that soon, hopefully.
I'd like to see you try. So
yeah,
you're very connected. You're very
okay.
connected to all of these droids, are you? Tell you what. Tell us which one of these is Express, and we can all walk away perfectly fine and happy and mostly healthy. You see like Kriz is still like plugged into Carotid and waiting for your response. And meanwhile, Angel and Blade, you're like faced off sword to sword, and you're just like out of the corner of your eyes, just like watching like what's happening right now. Because, you're both ready to go.
So I definitely have an idea.
Okay.
Because this man's gonna be taking 5 whole ass harm. It's gonna be messy. And plus, I mean, the weapon does say messy, so let's make it messy. So, to describe Angel's sword, Gabriel, it is a long, leaf-bladed, kind of hand-and-a-half sword. It glows bright orange, the whole blade. And I am imagining her and Blade just kind of... She's got the revolver in one hand, Blade in the other, just kind of circling, eyes locked onto this man's. Yeah, and then she goes for it. She just lunges straight forward. There is clashing, there is clanging for about 15 minutes. None of them can get a hit. And then Angel just goes for a overhead and then just whoosh, right in the chest.
Bam.
Across his chest.
This was part of like the prior, like before all of this, when you had been able to draw harm,
Yeah, and you stopped me before we could actually roll harm on this man. So
I'm so sorry.
Let's shall we? Let's play out the aftermath. Of Blade losing his intestines.
So actually, I mean, he is wearing some armor, so he's mitigating that damage. And he has like right now he has like 3 harm. It's like half of his harm clock is down. So like there's blood. And
there is blood.
There is definitely some blood,
messy. There is at least a chunk of skin somewhere.
Yeah. There's chunks of skin, there's chunks of intestine that are on the ground, and there's chunks of like of metallic parts that are in his like abdomen.
So how's he feeling? How is he feeling right now? Is he kind of starting to double over?
No. He's a tough cookie.
I get it, big boy. You think you're hot shit.
Yeah, I mean he's like
Buddy,
breathing, but he's standing. He's breathing hard, right?
Not for a whole hell of a lot longer if I get my way.
Right. So you're currently in a standoff, watching.
Yeah, and he's hopefully kind of looking a little haggard, and Angel. This is kind of Angel just going. That's for shoving your bike in my face, asshole. I say they're both just kind of like snorting at each other, like they're both going to charge again.
Blade spits a glob of blood onto the ground in front of you.
You're not looking so hot either, big boy. What happened?
You think you're good? Yeah, you think you're good.
A little bit.
Yeah, good.
A little bit.
Good. I like a challenge.
Oh, me too, buddy.
You know what else I like?
Oh?
And, Kriz, show him. And, Kriz will play plays basically like a video on a on like a big tablet, just like kind of holds it up, and you see Sinon, who is strapped to a chair. and a woman is standing behind him holding this like she
a garrote
pulls out. No, it's not a garrote. It's a mono whip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mono whip.
She's just like
similar.
Yeah, and she's like holding it with like a glove.
Garrotes are a thing.
Yeah, I know, but she's got a whip. She's got a big whip. She's holding it with like this very specialized glove on the other hand, and she's just like shh, like lowers it in front of Sinon and like holds it up against his throat.
So you start to kind of see something well up in Angel for a second, but then she thinks, okay, I'm pretty sure Sinon would not want me to go full rage mode and get myself killed, so... That street dock's on my shit list now. Cool. One more head I'm gonna have to pop like a balloon. You know.
So...
All right. And so she's kind of surveying everything. She's kind of seen Geppetto is now in a bad way, thanks to
Miss
fun shit.
Stiletto. Yeah,
Stiletto. So it's try to like figure out where everybody is. God.
So think like opposite sides of the room, right? Like in the back of the room, you've got
because I know there's one Atelier member not accounted for, and I think that's the one with the rifle. Nerd, don't even think you can slip that past me.
Do we know how many Atelier members there are?
The
I think there was like 4.
There were 4.
No, I mean
the characters don't know, right?
Oh.
So what you know right now is there is one person who just walked into the room, right? This is the non-binary Korean hacker who's holding up the video of Sinon being held by a 4th individual who has a mono whip at his throat, and then you have Blade Driver facing off with Angel.
Blade Driver is currently leaking his intestines out. Yes,
and Sonia is hovering over Geppetto with a gun.
Okay.
Opposite sides of the room. Now, in addition, you also have your androids, the remaining Gunpla that are basically like, you see Bulwark and Aegis, they're holding up their hands like this, fingertips pointed, right? At both, at Kriz, and like one is at Kriz, one is at Sonia, then the other one is one at Kriz, one at Blade. And in the center of the room is Incisor, who is just like, and just like in circles, waiting for an instruction to attack.
A point of order. So Chris is currently jacked into Carotid, but is distracted by showing Angel the video feed.
Yeah, trying to make me angry.
I don't have like a resource, or like this game doesn't have like plot points.
No.
But I'm like, can Carotid like rouse themselves? Considering they are currently being connected to, is there something that I can do to make that happen?
There's something that Whistleblower maybe could do. That's a job for Whistleblower, right? Because Kriz...
that's Whistleblower, blissfully unaware because he wants to be moody.
This is live streamed.
This is.
So I don't know this is happening. That's the thing. Because
No, you can.
Yeah,
It depends whether you are keeping tabs on. Sorry, Heaven. Go on.
I'm not even at my terminal right now, so...
You are at your terminal. When all of this started going down is when you got this message from Colette that says, I need your help. And you've probably been staring at it for like the time that this combat has gone down.
50 minutes staring in disbelief.
And let's, for narrative fun sake, I mean, why wouldn't you not have Geppetto's live stream notification on?
I was gonna say, I got bigger things on mind right now.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
I did also have one question. Is my image live? Like, and do I know that I am being shown?
Because I feel like...
Yes. So Sinon.
Okay.
Here, let's.
So that's
let's,
everybody accounted for then.
Yeah, let's also set the scene for Sinon, right? So Sinon, you have been you were blindfolded, taken to like this area, like, and they decided instead of walking you into the space, they decided to just have you held hostage by Iris Bolt. So this is from what you can tell, is a movie theater. And it's like run down and abandoned, like it smells of mold. The screen is like ripping down, all of the chairs have been like either pulled out or whatever. So like, but she is, you're tied down to one of these moviegoer chairs, right? And you are watching on the movie screen, this like torn movie screen, via like different cyber eyes.
Satellite.
Yeah, different cyber probably Chris Frequenza's cyber eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And Iris is probably gonna Iris is probably gonna lean in into your ear and say hello.
Hi.
He doesn't say anything. He just sort of gives a look back over the shoulder without moving too much because he's sort of tied and there are mono whips involved. And then I think, he's just going to try to play cool for the moment. And then I think Geppetto wanted to do some action or reaction.
So, Ms. Stiletto has given me an ultimatum, as I understand, of either I can give up the information of which one of the robots in this space is Express, or just perish. Geppetto, while on the floor and with the other arm that isn't offline, feebly kind of like reaches towards Chris, and then probably doesn't get very far. It's very pitiful. They're starting to tear up a little bit, and they're like, I don't care what you do to me, but you cannot harm them. I will do everything in my power to stop you. And they calm down, like, fine. Bullock, I guess. Go for it. And they're welling up. They're like, oh, I'm sorry to have to even ask this of them. Kill them.
Bulwark and Aegis just suddenly, like, their fingertips fire off these like darts into the, like, towards their targets. And why don't we give them a mix it up roll.
What's their mix it up stat?
Since
if it's just mine, it's 0, but
nah, probably a +1.
And I think for this, for the way that this movie scene is playing out in my head, that command is given and they fire, and at the same time, Sinon is going to. Iris has just leaned down to tell him to say hello, sort of next to him. So he is going to go like this and try and give a headbutt to the side and see if we can do a knockout. Or at least be really annoying.
It is a 10, so we getting in. We in, boys.
All right. Hold on.
Hold them still. Oh, hey! I just remembered that we hadn't seen the sword yet, and yay. The sword got to be debated in a most spectacular fashion.
Yeah, you definitely cut someone open.
All right, so on a 10 with Mix It Up, you achieve your objective. So, Bulwark and Aegis fire these knockout darts at all three of them, and they're all going to take some S harm. So let's see how they do. I'm gonna roll a harm move for each one. So typically the GM wouldn't roll, but because these are like very special NPCs, they're basically other characters entirely. So
Okay.
I'm treating them as such with like full harm clocks and everything.
I'm glad I kind of gave Blade something to worry about.
So actually,
over.
You know what?
Do it.
Okay, let's see. So let me do a. All right, so I'll start with Blade, since he has the most harm. 3 harm he suffered so far. 7. Okay. Sonia.
Ow.
9.
Oh, yeah, you have to do something miserable, Sonia.
And Chris. 11.
Oh no.
Fashion assassins dropping dead.
Right? 7.
This is what
9,
happens when you
11.
roll for them. They might just eat shit.
Oh yeah, and I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, so am I. Funny that.
Same.
Only because
I'm quite okay with
I
this.
only did this really because it's of the S harm. I just wanted to see if they would be affected by something.
Gas mask malfunction.
So on a 10 plus, so this is for Chris. You're out of. I have to choose one. Let's do a take the full harm of the attack, take +1 harm.
Do you not like the choices, Haas?
Yeah.
Are you not cool with these choices? Because
Okay, Chris
welcome to my
taking 2 darts, like pa, is going to take, because of like how close range it is, they've embedded themselves really deeply. So I'm going to say that's 1 harm.
Ouchies.
Then Sonia on a 7 to 9 will. You know what? This usually says the MC will choose one. I'll let the players choose one. So, and specifically who's being targeted. So, Geppetto, what happens to Sonia on a 7 to 9?
Oh, on the 7 to 9. Who's filling this? I'm gonna say someone gets the drop on you, and Angel, having now made a perfect cut in their dueling partner, is in the position to use their pistol.
So Angel is like, hold on a second, big boy. Bam! And you just hear a very loud Magnum revolver shot just go. Thump. And it's, I'm gonna call it right in the back of the head.
How much damage is that?
That baby, that big chunky baby. Let's see. She does 3 harm.
3 harm.
Boom.
And then
And it's like a big bullet. So
And-
there is a big gaping hole
nice.
right hither.
And like, yeah, so this bullet like pierces Sonia, spreads like these different cables that are behind her neck, and it's like fritzing and bleeding. And then Angel, what happens to Blade on a 7?
Well, funny that. I was going to pick the same thing.
You can for Incisor if you want Incisor to do a.
Oh yeah, Incisor goes to the back.
Hamstring.
So as I pop the gun, I take a look at Incisor and say, "Get him."
And yeah, so he just like lunges and just like starts, just like digs into his leg.
I'm gonna guess it's like the. Oh, okay. I was gonna guess for the neck, but you know.
Well, probably
depends
at
on
the very least, maybe like the lower back. Maybe like he just
somewhere
like,
that's
grabs in
going
there.
to hurt a
Just fuck up a
lot.
spine. Okay.
Yeah, go for the spine fuck up.
And so that's going.
I want to leave Blade Driver bleeding out on the floor. Excuse my language.
Jesus Christ.
All
I'm
right,
the killer.
so
It's
he's
what
currently.
I do.
So Blade like wah, and like now he is engaged with Incisor. So, all right.
Not so tough are you now, big boy?
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Always fun.
And I'm gonna say Kriz has. She's not knocked out per se, but
She's
getting
kind
woozy.
of having a bad time.
sorry, they're woozy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and I'm doing a headbutt.
Yes, you are. Go ahead and mix it up, please.
This is not a good idea. I love it.
Look up the stats for a mono whip here.
Oh, you know what?
that's
I'll
pretty
take
good.
it. I'll take a 9.
A 9.
You can get hit back, but
Not
hey.
harm. You're looking for mix it up.
Oh, yeah, that's what I rolled.
A 9. Choose 2.
All right, 7 plus I achieve my objective. 7 to 9, I choose 2 of these. Okay. Okay, well, I'll choose 2. So I'll take some harm from doing that. That sounds logical when I hit someone with my head. And something of value breaks. I'm going to say that I broke my cyberware again. Because that sounds like the kind of life I'm living right now.
We'll find you another street dog, and this one hopefully won't double cross us.
I don't know what the harm should be on a headbutt.
But probably like 1.
I'll let
1 makes
like
sense.
Yeah, not much, just enough.
Right? Yeah, because
Yeah,
like a
just
club
enough.
is 2, so whatevs. And then hold on, I'm looking for. Let me get my monofilament whip ready to go. So yeah, so you like headbutt Irish, you go and like just get her right in the fucking nose. It's just like ah. And she's going to just like this monofilament whip just grazes just the air right in front of your neck, snaps, and she's gonna go in for you. I need you to give me an act under pressure here.
Come on, Dad,
You're
you can do
handcuffed,
it.
so I'm gonna give you a -1 on
I sure
this.
am.
Oh man.
Oh my lord.
In the forward, or do I just take one
In the
off
forward,
after?
-1.
Ooh.
It's a 5.
So that's 5. I think that I will take a reroll on that
Please
one.
do.
All right.
All right.
That's a
I got to 9. Guys, we need more rerolls. Down to 1.
We're down to 1
I've
reroll.
done everything I can.
All right, so on a 9 for act under pressure, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The MC will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. All right, let's see. So the we could say that you are I guess these would be the 2 options, right? So like, because you succeed, you're able to avoid the attack, but something happens, right? So you can either be you can either have your handcuffs get like caught on the movie chair, right? So then you're still like in a position to like be hit, or you can launch yourself, like you're in a position where you could launch yourself over the chairs, like into another row, be out of sight, but you are you're like prone on the floor and like more disoriented.
Yeah, I'll take the first option. I'm just,
Yeah.
I sort of move and I get like one arm
Yeah.
caught under the arm.
Yeah. So like your handcuff is still like, yeah, because you're not able to get like fully loose, and
And
you're
then
just like,
I'm
oh
gonna-
shit.
Yeah. And then I say, Sinon says, Iris, I'm too valuable a hostage to kill. Right. And I think that's fast.
You're really only valuable if you can tell them to stand the fuck down.
They're all dead anyway.
Oh well, that's not going to happen. But you might want to look up there and see what's happening.
Are you trying to fast stalk
Angel
her?
just kind of like slow
Yes, that's
toward
what
the camera and just goes.
Ooh, actually, hold on. If Chris's eyes or the video feed that Sinon and Iris are getting,
Yeah.
if Chris is currently stunned, are their eyes still online?
Oh.
Yes, their eyes are still online.
Okay.
Oh, but it's like the perspective, you know,
Yeah,
when you
the
like go
eyelids
down
are
in like a
like-
FPS, yeah, it's like that, like kind of like it's like sideways and shit.
I think it's also should also be obvious that they don't appear to be winning right at the moment.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Things kind of look bad for the fashion assassins.
10.
That is 8.
All right.
All right, so yeah, so she looks towards the screen, sees all of this going down. And Iris is going to scream through Chris's screen at you guys inside of the toy store and say, "Take one more step and I kill your friend."
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'm attacking her.
Mix it up.
I'm
I don't need to
gonna
move,
try and
bitch.
rest.
I got a gun.
I'm gonna try and lunge forward, and I have 2 ideas. Team, I need you to
Go
tell
for
me
the
which one is
stomp if
cooler
she's on the
thing to
floor and
do.
you're not.
Go for the old curb stomp move.
No, she's facing the screen, which I imagine is was away from me. So I'm gonna lunge forward, and I can either try and get this mono whip away from her, or I can try and use my
Ooh, I like
a
that.
classic.
which I like both.
That's
you know
second
what,
one
let's
is
go
an
with that.
action movie classic.
Bam. Just womp. Give it to her.
I am not good at mix it up. This is a reminder that I keep getting in melee combat.
Dad,
I
we're
really
gonna have to
should've
have a
gotten
talk
that.
about that.
It keeps happening.
Well, my seduction it didn't work.
Oh,
That's a 5.
yeah.
That is not optimal. We've got one room left. I'm gonna use the last one.
I respect that choice.
More rerolls, please.
It's fine.
All right, we're now out of rerolls.
First.
Still
Nope,
a 5.
The same. All right, I'll take it.
Okay, so it just looks like you miss. This is a swing and a miss, right?
I just don't. Yeah.
Swing and a
And
miss.
so that means I get to make a move. So she
Yes.
is. So all right. So you try and like grab, like, as you're running towards her to try and like, just swing your arms around her neck. She is way too like. She just notices you. Like she knows this trick, right? Even though she looked at the screen. She was
I know what
wary
you're
enough.
doing.
Yeah, she's wary enough where she just ducks out of the way. Her braid swings, like gets into your eyes, and then
Yes.
and
the willow.
God.
Give this man the willow. Shit.
and she like lunges at your throat with like this chunky cyber arm. Bam! Just like grabs your throat, holds you, starts squeezing, and just chucks you across the cinema.
Ooh.
Bye.
Let's take another harm.
Oh my god.
Anime bullshit. I love it.
Is it my turn to do anime bullshit again?
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
There is a thing I would quite like to do now that the chaos is currently going and Miss Stiletto is no longer on me.
Absolutely.
Nathan, before you jump
Absolutely.
in,
Sure.
how much in-game time has passed?
Honestly, this seems like this has been like 5 minutes at most since you got that message from Colette.
Let me know if 15 minutes or 20 minutes happens.
Sure. Geppetto, now no longer pressured by Stiletto, crawls across the floor towards Carotid. Yanks out the jack-in cable and tries to reboot their programming.
Got it. Okay. So you yank the thing out. Kriz looks at you. They're woozy, and is going to
pop them in the nose.
Kriz is gonna basically like stumble away. They're gonna stumble away, and they pull out, like, you just suddenly see glints in their fingers as you see like shuriken.
Fun times.
And they're gonna come at you very, very soon. However, I want to see finally what Angel wants to do with her anime bullshit.
Okay, it is anime bullshit time. Okay, give me. Okay, so Blade Driver is currently bleeding the F out and has a dog biting his entire body. So I feel like Mr. Driver is entertained, should we say?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've now got, let's see, what happened to Miss Stiletto?
The shot, she's still standing thanks to heavy cybernetics, but yeah, she has a full harm clock too, so, you know.
Oh.
Or rather, as in, sorry, she doesn't have she has a harm clock that needs to be whittled, right? So you've taken some off already.
I mean, if we're going by PC harm clock, that was half the clock.
Yeah.
You are minutes to midnight binge.
And
Kriz is about to attack my pal.
Yep.
Which I'm not a fan of. All right. So the way I see it, I've got two options. Either I go for Miss Stiletto or mix Kriz. I don't know. Geppetto is probably going to want to focus on Carotid. So I am going to go for Little Mix Woozy.
All right. Give me that.
And I'm gonna pull out Hotline, and I'm gonna hip fire that bitch. Just like,
ooh, sniper to the face. Let's do it. And we've got a sub baby. From Kenji. Thank you very much. That's
Kenji, so
reroll.
Hey,
we're defeating that stream boss.
Thank you.
Here we go. Time to mix it up, baby. Cross your fingers, toes, and butt cheeks. That is a 10. That's a 10.
Does it come up for me?
It hasn't come up for me yet.
I rolled meat. So yeah. 5 plus 4. 1. Oh, what the heck?
There it is.
There we go.
There it is. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Okay. That's a 10, Chief.
That is a 10.
Yeah.
So Angel just literally whips out her rifle, throws it in the air, catches that as it's tumbling. Nope. Bam.
Boosh. That's how much damage? Can you broadcast hotline, please?
Do you want to know?
Yeah,
Because
I do.
It's 4. Okay. It's 4. So you just hear a pump. Because it's a silenced rifle.
Yeah. So Geppetto, you see at the corner of your eye, like, the glinting from these shurikens. And then suddenly she just... Yeah, Angels...
They're just...
Boff! Kriz Frequenz is just like... Boof! Just flies back and, like, does an air tumble into the wall behind you.
And right into the wall.
I mean, right into the wall behind her.
Wall.
Behind them.
Yeah.
Is it blood splatter?
Watch it, nerd.
Is what?
Is there blood spatter on that shot?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of goes across Geppetto's face while they continue without trying to look around and trying to get.
Geppetto, in the back of your head, you just hear like a Quake announcer say something like crazy. Just like, this is Angel's usual shit. And she just shouts, "Watch it, nerd!"
Sinon, can you roll that harm move, please?
Yeah. Thrown
for the toss. It's a 7. Okay, so on a 7,
You choose one.
I choose one. You so after being flung across the cinema, when you're just like trying to get back up and look back into the cinema, Iris is gone. You've lost track of her.
Oh no.
She can move.
The movement is coming from inside the theater. Jeez, that wasn't even that good. Jeez. Allison, get better jokes.
Okay. What should I be doing to get Curated to reboot? It feels like a synth roll, or it just happens. I don't know how bad Chris fucked them up.
Yeah, Chris fucked them up pretty good. This is a. You see that, like, even though. Because the thing is, you don't have any matrixy, like, you don't have anything specifically to access the matrix.
No, I am a roboticist by career,
right.
But I don't have like neural jacks or whatever that like that kind of thing.
Right. So it feels like my ruling, and this is also just to like potentially get Whistleblower involved in this, is that this is a job for Whistleblower to fix. A friendly neighborhood hacker.
That's a hard choice for Geppetto to make, because the last thing that they would want is for another hacker to be rattling around in one of their friends' heads. So I'm wondering whether Geppetto would actually do that, while I would like to get Whistleblower involved. That feels out of character for them a little bit.
It's okay if I don't. I don't want you to sweat it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You do you.
Let me see, because I can't think of any other. I guess you could do a mind roll, like just a.
Sure, I'm willing to go and take that gamble.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. Mind roll, it has a 0 modifier. A 9.
Okay. So it's a partial success. So it would be, say, you're able
Delayed?
you're able to like access what Chris did, and it was like a nice. It was a very, very good job of messing with it, but I think you're able to. Yeah, delayed. You're able to start a process, and it's going to take a little while for them to stand up.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. In that case, I would like a brief flashback about Carotid, and then they can get up and do whatever when dramatically appropriate.
Okay. Okay. Tell me
This won't
about.
take too long, and I can enlist the help of everybody. I think this is a nice thing that we can collaborate on.
Yes.
So
tell me, where are we?
Yeah, the camera cuts back to the theme park that Geppetto works at, the Yume no Umi. It is a glorious adventure for the whole family, with all your favorite anime superheroes available to perform for you 24/7. And there is a like Sentai hero show that happens on the hour every hour. And there is the kind of like team of these rangers, the camera focusing on, let's say, the Red Ranger. Let's go for the leader of this kind of gang. They are doing their best out there. They have been practicing this pre-programmed routine from the real actors of the real show for weeks. And this is their final chance. This is their debut chance to perform it. They miss a step in the kind of final posing, and somebody from the audience boos and throws a can.
Boo!
However, the can like bounces off the ranger's head, and any normal actor, if it was a human, they might feel angry or sad, angry at the person attacking them, sad that they didn't memorize the routine. But memory gold robots aren't programmed to feel angry or sad. So the robot just felt nothing. And the camera kind of continues to show other scenes of stress and misfortune for this robot while they work at Memory Gold Park.
Right, like, so they're specifically an entertainer bot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things that someone would do to them. They walk through the park, you know, and like to be able to take pictures with, and you just see
action pose.
Yeah, they do an action pose, and then the kids are like, that's lame. They don't even look like the real thing.
And then there's the part where they're sitting under, because it's raining. There's an interior portion, and they're doing photography indoors, and the kids come one at a time to take the photos with them. And there's these two kids that are just fighting and fighting, just not being good children. And then one of them just throws right up, just all over the robot.
Yeah,
whole thing.
Oh geez.
And robots just stays still.
Robots just chilling.
Yep.
It just slides off their unmoving face.
The chassis. And they just look back up.
Oops.
Please excuse me, as I need to go and get repairs.
The robot would try and feel disgust. It tried really, really hard to feel horrified by the situation.
Yeah.
But that emotion's forbidden.
And so when it does come around back for the repairs, the guy who is like normally in charge of fixing this thing, it's like, and the drone walks in and says, I need to undergo maintenance. And the worker's just like, oh, again. And then he just starts working on it, and he's trying to like reprogram some bits. It's like, okay, what's wrong with motor function? Fuck, I gotta clean this now. And he kicks the robot just out of annoyance. Like he just kicks it down to the ground, and then that's when he gets down and just starts trying to replace parts. Like, okay, gotta put this part on because now it's ruined. I gotta go clean this. And
Supervisor walks by and says, "Hey, maybe don't be so rough on them, or that's gonna come out of your paycheck."
Hey man, I don't. These things, we need to replace them. These things are faulty as hell. They don't have the right software capacity. They have all old parts. They need to be swapped. Okay, I've been telling you for the 20th time that these things gotta go. We gotta throw them in the dump.
And while this argument is happening, the robot is still like on the floor. They've not picked them back up again, and it's just impassively lying on the floor while this argument is kind of going on off screen.
As to the validity of their existence, yeah.
After a while, there is a section of behind the scenes in the theme park of like a robot to be scrapped for parts to refab onto other robots with broken parts. And we find the poor Sentai robot being kind of pushed and led in there and left to wait for a while, and there is like a flicker in one of the eyes, and it's not stopping. It seems to be the only way that this robot can kind of express frustration. And then Kai Newitz, one of the what they're called toy makers at the Yume no Umi, passes by and sees a fully working condition Super Sentai performance model robot, and sees the very obvious dent in its side that was not pushed back out after one of the maintenance workers kicked it in one of the previous scenes. And there is a kind of rapid shot of taking it away from the theme park back to the Gunpla. And there's like a silent conversation. We don't hear the audio. of the robot explaining what design it wants, and Kai expresses surprise and visibly in the face concern, but dutifully goes off and finds some parts. On a rainy evening outside, storms going on outside, you see Kai working on a hand and wrist joint. Oh yeah.
I was actually going to say, knowing Karada's design, it's just like, maybe Kai is like, hey, Angel, what's the model of your cyber? Why? And just like dumping the plans for Karada's body. And it's like,
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. And just like offloads like kind of the specs of her arm, because it's a kind of a claw-y thing.
And eventually we don't get to see the design. Instead, we get from like a point of view of Karada having been rebooted. A shot of Geppetto nervously putting this long coat and jacket around them and fastening it up. And they look away and they're like, I hope you're happy with your new body.
Angel just kind of peeking and going, oh boy.
This brings me much joy.
And that's the flashback.
Yeah.
This brings me much joy.
Golly, I hope it does.
Yeah, I hope it does.
I mean, relatable. I take much joy in being kind of a scary motherfucker, so I feel you. I relate. Relatable.
Sure. Well, I hope you'll be happy here. We don't really have that much in the way of security, so if you'd be willing to assist us in that, that'd be great. And you know, that's just generally this flashback. I guess what Karada remembers as they go back through their rebooting routines slowly.
And we arrive back in the scene, and Karada eyes flutter open and like looks directly into Geppetto's.
Help! I need your help.
I am still rebooting. Looks around.
It's fine. I'll make sure that nobody harms you while you. And Geppetto, shakily, one arm entirely fucked up, gets to their feet and stands in front of Carotid like who fucking wants to rumble.
Right.
Jesus.
So let's go back to the current situation. Kriz is down for the most part.
Yeah.
Writhing in super pain on the verge of death.
Owie.
Blade kicks Incisor off of him and aims.
You kicked a dog.
Oh yeah, aims a heavy
you're dead
pistol. Aims a heavy pistol at Incisor and fires. Pa!
Shit.
And Incisor, just like in what would be a dog whimper that ends in like a shutdown, and just lands on its side.
You know, I always wondered what it would be like to work for a fashion magazine. I even imagined that if you could kill a member of the Atelier, if you could be hired in their place. But your company is fucking garbage.
Oh yes, this is exactly.
Your foundation's terrible. And Geppetto pulls a shitty little gun in their remaining functioning hand.
Yeah, Sonia is making her way towards you, Geppetto.
Might I be able to roll my links with Geppetto, or Geppetto roll their links with me.
Dual tech, sure.
And I want to use those kicking cyber legs to zoom and do like kind of a tackling maneuver
On Sonia?
on our one. Yes.
Okay, so then that would mean Geppetto would be helping.
I can roll to help, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was like looking for a way to make our links work out.
One link with Angel.
I've been searching for ways.
Should I roll
this.
before or after Angel
Before.
rolls? Okay,
Yep.
I will roll that now.
And then that'll give me forward.
Yeah, it's
An
good.
11. Yeah. Yep, they take +1 or -2 forward.
+1.
Okay.
+1, thank you.
So you're
All right.
so I guess Geppetto, the idea would be like you're seeing Sonia coming at you, but you know that Angel.
Angel knows, bitch.
Yeah.
I think this is classic fighting game tech. Geppetto goes for a low hit and Angel goes for a high, and it's an unblockable mix-up.
right.
You can't block
It's
these.
just the mix-ups. The mix-ups, baby. And then I'm all right, so am I going to just mix it up, or am I gonna act under pressure
Mix
with
it up.
those kicking cyber legs? Okay.
Wait, if you're just
So-
tackling her?
Yes,
that the
I'm just
plan?
gonna like fucking
Then
zoom. I'm
I
going
would
to like
s-
M Bison into her.
I still think it's when you use violence against an armed force to seize. Yeah, I would say yes. I'd say it's still
All right,
mix it up.
All right, cool. So I get one forward. Cross your fingers. That's let's see, what's
12.
good?
It's a good
12.
roll.
Oh god.
Nice.
So instead of like a bison kind of thing, it is like a God, what the hell did Mem call it? Like a Roman Reigns spear. Feet first, right into the chest, like, no!
Bah. yeah. So you just
You
like
wanna go on the wall
drop.
too?
Yeah, you drop kick
kick.
Sonia. Sonia flies to the side with you on her, like you're just like boot to the chest into the wall.
So it is basically like right as she's like running towards her. I think the fuck not. Boom. And 150 pounds of cyborg right to the chest. Hold that. Hold that. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Just to hold that. Does that do any damage, I wonder?
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably.
yeah, I would argue.
I would
mean,
argue yes. I would argue it like a club, like 2 harm.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 harm because that's like basically the cyber arm's damage value.
Yeah. So let's have. So okay,
And she's
so
already got 3 harm on her, so that's
right. Let's see. Assassins who are having some issues right now.
yeah, issues. You could call them that.
Yeah.
Some technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. You can't handle a tiny girl.
You just
Given-
walked up and raw supered that woman. Jesus.
Just assume, just right out of wake up, just no.
I think Sonia's going. I mean, they're assassins. They're gonna fight. Assassins are so Sonia is going to with her possibly final breaths, right? Just angrily aim this SMG and fire it into Angel while Kriz is pulling the pin on a smoke grenade to start filling the space.
I want to make you known of my armor jacket before this burst from the SMG is let go.
Yeah. You'll take reduced damage, which is pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's extremely good because I'm getting an SMG straight to my fucking chest.
Yeah.
That is known to hurt a lot.
No,
and
so what you're gonna do is act under pressure because this this didn't happen because anybody
Oh, yeah.
failed, right? It's just like a. So I'm giving you an option.
So you
out
can
of
still
it.
dodge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, and my cyber legs help me out act under pressure because they're currently in a woman's chest and they can easily move to the neck
Mm-hmm.
to, stomp on her trachea and make her stop that shit.
Yep.
Cut that out right now. All right, so act under pressure, I get +1 forward because of my leggies. Let's hope I roll a 12, because then I get even more fun stuff. That's 6, 7. We have a I think I'm. Let's see.
That's what happens on a 7.
Okay.
Take a hard bargain. Oz has the best hard bargain.
Yeah.
I know he does, and I don't like them. I mean, whether see, the thing is, I feel like I'm going to come out because of this drop kicking shenanigans. I got myself into this mess. Jeez.
A 7 to 9 is it's not awful, and if
Yeah,
you want to
no,
use the
and-
one reroll to potentially get
No.
lower than that,
Yeah, there's always a chance to get lower.
Yeah, no, I think I'm cool with my 7.
okay.
It's a
So-
success, so
All right.
basically, because the way I'm seeing it, I'm gonna come out hurt, but these two are going to come out dead. So
So the let's see, the best thing I can think of would be you can basically take the 2 harm to the chest, take it like a champ.
okay,
Or
and it would be 2 harm after the armor, right?
before the armor.
Before the armor, so I would have.
But actually, I'm sorry.
Armor jacket. Plus.
You have right. Just a quick thing I need to mention. They have AP rounds, so it would subtract 2 from your armor.
Fucking.
Ooh.
They're rich and can afford AP rounds. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
So it'd be 2 harm.
Life sure is glamorous.
Right.
Yeah.
Or well, actually, here, let's make this, because a
Interesting.
7 to 9 is a partial, right? So let's say you can choose to take the harm to then, if you survive, finish her off.
Well, if it's 2 harm, I think I should be fine.
Well, you have to
via my
roll a
clock.
harm. You'd have to roll
This is
harm,
true.
right? So if you survive, I will let you finish her off.
Oh my god.
Or you can evade the right, because you see like this gun is coming at you. You can roll out of the way, and then the smoke is going to cover Sonya, and you're going to lose sight of her.
Fuck. Wish I had some sort of explosive that would make things much easier, but I don't. Because Sonya's at 5 harm currently on her clock, correcto?
Yeah.
If I count right.
Yep.
Okay, so she is kind of bleeding the F out as well, out the back of her head, which is kind of beautiful. I'm going to F off. I'm going to use the hydraulics in my cyber legs to push off her chest and just zoom by.
The way.
See you later.
All right. So you do that, roll out of the way. The smoke starts to fill up the space. You lose track of Sonya. You've already lost track of Kriz because they're the one that pulled the pin.
The Balin. Yeah.
Yeah, and Blade is
also, I think they're all at 5.
They have to run across the room to escape. Blade is probably not as near the entrance as everybody else.
Yeah, but he's got a motorcycle. So
Yeah.
Do you
think
think he can drive a motorcycle in that condition?
yeah.
Who knows?
Elite assassin.
GMing.
Elite assassin. Yes, you
Elite
would too.
assassin missing
you
his
would too.
intestines.
You would too.
They will be
Some
at 1 HP and still do burnouts.
portion
Rude.
portion of their intestines Okay, let's not get crazy.
They're still in. Those are still vital to life, Oz.
Yeah, they can get
Cyber
replaced.
intestines,
This is Cyberpunk.
Whatever.
Replaced.
This is true.
I'm
I'm gonna replace your whole body, buddy, with nothing. Nah.
Okay.
Blade
That's
is
crazy.
going to after having shot down Incisor, seeing you roll out of the way, Angel, and seeing that the smoke is starting to, like, the smoke bomb has been pulled, Blade is going to mount his motorcycle, flick his katana outward, and just try to drive out the door, trying to take down anybody with him.
All right.
I think Geppetto says, Aegis Bulwark, don't let him escape.
Kill that man.
Geppetto is now out for blood. Fuck these guys.
Blood!
Let's see, so Bulwark and Aegis aim fingertips, darts. Like each time they shoot a dart, like one of their fingers goes missing, so they have another. And let's see, let's have them roll a harm, because this is S harm. Why not? Oh wait, sorry. Rolling harm. He's suffered this much so far. Yeah,
High.
11.
Oof.
That's a high number.
Yeah.
Oh. Somebody's dead.
It's nap time, motherfucker.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
No, they're too elite to go down.
That's what they thought coming in, and then they got fucked up.
They might not, like, successfully do the motorcycle trick, but...
Right.
Yeah, and that may take you off the motorcycle, and bad times ensue.
They'll, yeah, so I guess Blade will take +1 harm for each dart. So we'll go ahead and put him at 5 harm as well. So literally all of them are 1 away from death as he zooms out of the room, out of the toy store, and you see 2 bodies that have, like, in the smoke, that have, like, piled on, just, like, landed on the motorcycle behind him, and they're like, and they, like, take a table that's been turned over as a ramp and just and get away into the night.
Oh, man.
Shoot the tires!
I don't want them to get away, man.
They're about to
Fuck
get away.
that.
Let's do that. They're about to get away.
Right.
Is Carotid back online?
Carotid says, "Aim my arm."
So, okay, this is the fun thing. Geppetto grabs, like, the front of this, like, long trench coat robe and pulls it away, and it is all arm. Just like an octopus of human-like arms, 3-4 elbows, standing on, like, it's horrifying. Just the incredibly attractive sculpted human head, neck, a bunch of broken, facing the wrong way, terrifying arms.
And we cut back to the flashback of him looking down. He's like, "This brings me much joy." And then he, like, octopus walks across the room on arms.
It's not great to look at. It's very bad.
Is this why you needed my arm blueprints?
You ever, like, well, you saw the design, Angel, and you were like,
This is true.
Oh, no.
Angel was just like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
No.
Ever seen an elbow bend the wrong way? Ever seen an elbow bend the
Yeah.
wrong way 3 times in different places? Because
I don't
that's
like it.
what carotid is. It's not good.
it's I'm all arms, chief.
And yeah, I don't know if Carotid is in a position to stop him, but a terrifying Ken doll octopus is in pursuit.
What I was trying to get at was, like, he needs his, like, he coming online, but he seems to have access to fire a gun.
Oh, sure.
From his arm. He just needs the arm pointed for him.
As part of the move, the coat is ripped off, and Geppetto, with their one remaining arm, kind of like lifts,
hoists,
and they together aim the shot.
Take the shot!
Pop!
Take the shot!
So, Geppetto, since you're the one that's aiming their arm, why don't you go ahead and give me a mix it up?
Mix it up, and feel free to take that reroll.
Okay.
Give yourself, though... Yeah, I'm trying to think. I kind of want to give you a +1 forward for funsies, because this is too
Thank
cool.
you.
This is too cool.
I appreciate it. Oh no! It's literally the worst roll with redoing that.
Whoa!
All right.
Wow, snake eyes.
Wow.
From the top. Anything I roll would literally
Reroll
be
is
better
used.
than that.
Once more.
There we go.
An 8.
It's 8.
8.
Boom!
An 8 on Mix It Up is you achieve your objective, but you have to choose 2.
I think. Yeah. I take damage and something of value breaks. Break my heart, Oz. It made me sad about robots. I crave it.
You take how do you take harm from this? Just
Recoil.
Yeah, I am not used to. I'm definitely not in a position to handle, because it feels if this monstrosity has a gun.
Yeah, the elbow, the elbow of the arm probably like. Yeah, there's probably like feedback from the shot that like jams into you, and like you just like kind of knocks the wind out.
That probably breaks my own hand, my other working hand.
All right, so go ahead and take harm.
Yeah,
we'll give you a. We'll do the harm move in a second. Something of value breaks, but you achieve your objective. Break your heart, though. So let's start with the achieve your objective, because that's super cool, right? Bullets. The bullet flies, boom, just like pops the wheel on this motorcycle, and like just as it's about to fly off the ramp, it instead, with that pop, flips them, and they just like all go flying out the front window of this establishment into the middle of the fucking street, where they then all of them get run over by a truck. Let's finish. Boom.
I'm sorry I yelled. I apologize.
No, it's fine. Like they would have already taken all the damage anyway from that flip, but I just wanted to finish them off with a nice truck to the face.
Just
oh my gosh, perish.
Elite assassins get run over by a fucking truck.
Talk about council culture.
Now
they always wanted to be on the runway.
More like the run over way.
Very good. Very good. Nah. Oh, no. Props to you. You fucker. I hated that.
I'm dying.
My eyes are watering. Jesus Christ.
Nothing like mascara tears from laughing too hard.
I know, right?
And I think something of value breaks.
One of the robots gets hit by the bike.
No, you know what? This I can't like. It's a. No, you know what? I guess this could be a good thing, sort of, for me. Because I don't feel like fictionally any of the Gunpla are in a place to be broken. So the only thing I can think of value that would break would be either that motorcycle, so that you can't get access to it.
Okay.
Which is whatever.
Yeah.
Or we maybe break something that sets your...
The store is now very much compromised. We cannot be here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, what we
Yeah.
could do though to make, because I mean the front window is already broken and everything. What we can do is maybe we can set something on fire.
Yeah, fire's pretty good.
Something of value. Yeah.
Fireworks.
Fire's reliable. Fire's reliable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Fireworks.
vintage board games and RPGs in the front that are now riddled with bullets anyway, but
But no, I think though, either way, the place has been compromised, and I don't really feel like doing quickly get everyone out of the fire kind of thing while everyone's trying to reboot. So I think instead, what would be more interesting, or rather, what I'm okay with, is breaking the motorcycle. So this super sleek, sexy motorcycle that could have been yours, trashed.
It could have been, yeah.
that
and
could have
I
been
was,
creds, man. Shit.
I mean, I was I was planning on getting a motorcycle, which I get a motorcycle, but it's fine.
It was a pretty sick motorcycle.
I got 8 cred. I can just buy one.
True. Sinon, you're looking around, trying to find Iris. You see on the screen, the eyes, from Chris's point of view, right? They're about to launch out the front window. Then suddenly, like, the view of that camera, just total jumbled mess, lands on the road sideways as a truck comes, and bam, and then everything just like static
Gray's
and
head.
offline. And as you see that, like 5 seconds later, you hear a door, like a theater door that just kind of like the metal kind that you push in, like the bar, opens and just closes shut as you imagine that Iris has escaped.
Oh, perfect. That's good. All right. Well, Sinon is just going to try and struggle his way free from these ropes and stuff then over a period of time. Possibly it has now been enough time for whatever whistleblower wanted to do to have come to pass. And if that's probably almost time for a break too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that threat clock for the Atelier.
It takes approximately 1 break's worth of time for Sinon to break.
Yeah, Sinon, you but yeah, we'll have Sinon though. You very careful. We'll leave off on this image, right? Sinon, you very carefully find a different path out. Yeah, get yourself out of those handcuffs, slide out finally. Find an alternative exit. You're in an alley. The smoke is rising, or like the fogginess from the sewers. And you're on the streets of the Miami Arc Sprawl. And we cut to Angel and Geppetto going around trying to just basically pull all of these different droids out of the shop. Looking around the wreckage and trying to figure out where are we going to go from here. And Carotid stands up on his arms, his many arms, helping to pull the body of Express, who you have successfully protected yet again. And I think on that we're going to take a break.
Yeah,
sounds good.
We'll be back in 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more Sprawl.
Wrap this up.
Good job, everybody.
Oh my god.
In a time where so many have to struggle, it's easy to get down. Then, it's best to get away. Get away to a place where everyone you meet has to be glad to see you. Don't waste your hard-earned money on those Dynamed spas or those safety net paintball retreats. Situated on the northern island, come visit Memory Gold's Arcology Park. In our personalized fun experience, our happy little AI-powered bots will always happily greet you by name. Ride our monorail to the front gate. Dine with princess bots in our authentic medieval castle. Experience the thrill of a car chase through a perfect replica of an oil rig slum. Or meet your favorite Memory Gold characters. It's the most joyful place in the Arch Sprawl. We make sure of it.
Truth. It's a treasure just as much as it is a commodity, a tragedy in our modern times, but one that didn't have to be. The moment Richard Syracuse learned he could bend truth to his design, invest it in himself to drive up a bigger profit margin, was the moment alternative facts became standardized, all with just a handful of rearranged words and a few lines of code. The selves you've fallen over to improve your body, your mind, your sex appeal, those are the vehicles that smuggle fabrication and replace fact. And the worst part is that you will never know the difference. If it suited the Syracuse machine, humanity would only know a four-fingered hand instead of a five-fingered one. History would be considered built on the backs of capitalists instead of on the sacrifice of those who died to free us from oppression. Make no mistake, you are oppressed, not by men in uniforms of a country, but in uniforms of a corporation, in a war for information, complete with suit, tie, and a Self 2.0 smile. Just as real as the hand you hold in front of your eyes, but real truth is out there. You need only reach out and take it back from those who stole it from you. That is my mission. That is the truth. I am Whistleblower, and if you hide the truth from me, I will find you. Take back your freedom, Miami, and take back the truth.
You've done the shopping, spent on the best parts. You're not going to trust just any CyberDoc to install them, are you? Why would you? You're a smart shopper. Now be a smart patient at Dr. Shadrack's Cyber Clinic. Over 15 years of quality cybernetic and BioWare augmentation surgeries. Top of the line service, guaranteed to get you back on your new feet.
you suffering from inconvenient conditions such as cancer, organ failure, obesity, sexually transmitted diseases? Well, then exchange your body for a fresh start with Self 2.0. Our Syracuse-approved bodies have been tested for quality health standards, 100% guaranteed for up to 2 years or your money back. And hey, they don't look bad either. Self 2.0 from Syracuse. Why be you when you can be a better you?
Hey, Ziggy, can you take my trash out?
Sure. And I ordered you more trash bags. Looks like you needed them. Your trash can is out of style. We have a new one you'd like for 22 cred.
Thanks. Now I have to make dinner. Wait a second. Hey, Ziggy, make me dinner?
I could tell you didn't want to cook today. A pizza is already on the way. I guessed you wanted pepperoni, is that right?
Wow. Now I have time to unwind and watch my favorite shows. Hey, Ziggy, thanks.
You're welcome. Your favorite show is playing now in the living room. I know what you like.
The Ziggurat Ziggy from Ziggurat, starting at 299 cred.
Are you ready for the best spaghetti you have ever seen? You need to eat the Samurai's Choice in sauce, packed with all the protein you need to power you through a long day, and seasoned with a blend of 6 Italian herbs and spices. It's Sayonara, the better carbonara.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sprawl here on the Shadowcasters Network.
Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Well, I don't know about you. It seems like y'all are alive.
I'm
That's
horribly
good.
damaged
We're having a
internally.
great day.
I
Just
heard a lot.
Great day all around.
I sure heard a lot, but you know what? The Atelier were hurting a hell of a lot more. So
One of my friends is dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the ground of the of this toy store is Incisor, the guard dog that you saved from Memory Gold.
In the cleanup, Geppetto comes across Incisor and openly starts weeping, collapses to their knees in front of God, fucking damn it, every time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to just to Incisor, to nobody in particular.
Angel just kind of comes over to Geppetto and just gently puts her meat hand, and I want to just specify that, on Geppetto's back, just like, it's all right. It's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Well, we can check for a pulse. We can do whatever we can.
I mean, I can see what I can do in terms of repairs, but if they manage to go and destroy their AI core, then I'm not quite sure where they store the AI core in that model. Hopefully, it's not the head.
Yeah. No. It'll be all right. It's okay.
This happens every time. I try my best to help people, to give them the lives they deserve, and we get infiltrated, we get shot at. Do they not care about anyone other than themselves?
And she kind of just looks over to the side, just... No, they don't. That's why we're not with them.
Fucking Colette.
Fucking Colette, indeed.
Geppetto looks into Angel's eyes, and she best hope I don't see her again. And
Angel just kind of scoops up Incisor and carries them out.
I'm not quite sure where we can go. I don't have any other bases to take them to aside from the Sea of Dreams. It's where I have workspace. They're not going to be surprised about robot models being there. It's far from here, though.
That's true. There's always the rig. We could take them back there. I could call Eagle up and got any spare space.
I don't know whether we can fit 12 robots inside a storage container, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, I mean, it's closer.
It is closer.
I know nobody around there will ask questions.
Either way, we can't stay here. We can't stay here.
Go. We need to move.
Can we see your harm clocks? Can you broadcast those, just so we know how badly hurt you've also been in this fight? Yeah.
This might be an adrenaline-based conversation that is starting to wear off as.
They're both kind of like trying to keep from leaking blood, and Angel is repeatedly wiping her nose because it's still kind of bleeding. Oops. Motorcycle tires hurt, y'all.
Cutting away to Sinon. Actually, before we do, let's cut to Whistleblower because we need to give him some spotlight time. So you've been staring at this message for 15 minutes.
10
minutes.
Minutes earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm probably standing out in like the public main work floor of the like main security floor where everybody's doing their routine maintenance and everything, and I'm getting ready to walk back down to my closet when I get the message. I'm stopping and staring at it for a minute, and then I'm realizing I'm still in a work area, and I'm seeing all these beautiful people walking by in all their did we ever establish a month? We never did.
It's in the summer is what we know, so it's like probably June or July.
So we're seeing like everybody's wearing all these uniforms. It's like white with like blue halves. It's kind of like the uniforms from Detroit, where one half is white and the other just changes color. They change color depending on the weather. And I'm seeing all these beautiful people just standing around talking to each other like nothing's wrong, and I just feel like my whole world came down a bit. So I look at my office just past this one group, and I go over there, shut the door to my own office. It's a small cubicle room. We don't have a lot of space here. And I got my own personal terminal here, which to clarify something from last session. That's what's being forwarded over to my closet. So I sit down for a second and just turn on this glass to turn it from transparent to opaque, turning into a private office. And I'm looking at the message again and again, just... Then I text, after a minute, I text back and say, how do I know this is Colette?
You kind of like sit there waiting for a good 30 seconds or so, and then you see the little like typing icon, and you get Ooh, wait, hold on. I want to make sure I get this right. We snuck away on our 1-year anniversary to the Quartz Coast.
What did we eat there?
You had the paella, and I had the linguine. You said it was average.
And do you remember what I said to the waiter?
That let's flashback. What did you say to the waiter? Let's flash back to the Quartz Coast. I think that would be fun.
We've not been to the Quartz Coast yet.
Yeah, so the Quartz Coast is a beach resort that's made entirely of recycled material. It's notable for its palm trees made out of fluorescent plascrete.
Hmm.
And the beach resort it's on one of the floating islands, the luxury floating islands around Miami, specifically Miami. And like it's like a fake beach that then like does an infinity drop, and then you see the actual like beach, like the actual ocean in the distance, so it looks like it's the beach, but it's not. It's safe beach, clean beach.
Mm-hmm.
Private beach.
So, private beach. And would you like to describe Colette and this fine dinner that we're having?
Yeah, so this is a resort side dinner. It's nighttime. There's there's tiki torches and bonfires and stuff like that, and just white cloths giving you like this tropical kind of cabana feel, and fluttering. It's windy. It's a perfect temperature, and you're sitting at this candlelit table. And so you're eating this paella. You think it's average. You're expecting better for a paella, but apparently nobody in Miami Arc Sprawl knows how to make a paella.
So when I finally call the waiter over, I tell him, "Sir, I need to let you know that this is our anniversary. This is a very special occasion for me and my girl here.
Well, happy anniversary, Al.
And what's not acceptable is if our anniversary has to be ruined by subpar food. Now, we waited a month to get this reservation, and this thing is undercooked. It's not properly prepared. I can make this at home with like soy ingredients here.
I apologize greatly. I will make sure to go ahead and comp this meal, and we'll go ahead and get what would you like in exchange?
I look over at Colette, and I let her choose the order.
And she goes, "Honey, maybe we should, Oh, fuck it. Let's just go for a lobster. Let's do lobster. Have you ever had lobster? I haven't."
The woman has requested lobster, and that is what would make up for this very average meal, sir.
Understood. and just like with a clean sweep wipes this like plate of paella off the table. It says, "I'll make sure to get you a good good Zinfandel to go with that lobster."
Appreciate that.
So yeah, the response text is, you basically told him we ruined our anniversary, but we got a lobster and a white Zin as a comp.
I just feel this pang of guilt just washing over me. It's like I remember that moment fondly. We had just an amazing lobster that night, and we...
Yeah, this was back when you were, drinking the Syracuse Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. Everything couldn't possibly be... couldn't be bad in the slightest. I was getting that promotion.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason I was celebrating at this particular location, is because not only it's an our anniversary, but I just got the big promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I just got like head of security. So when I think back to this moment, I'm like, this was the most joyous occasion that got turned into her using me. And I kind of resent her for this, but at the same time I know she's telling the truth. So then I text and say, where have you been? I've been looking for you.
Then that means I did a good job hiding, huh?
I'm not sure how to respond back to that. I text her back and I say, before I agree to hear anything, I need you to tell me why. I'm not doing anything for you until I hear why.
We need to talk. Syracuse. This is rather, I don't think she would name drop it, but she goes, we both know now what Syracuse is up to. Give me 1 second. I need to fix that. Like, everybody's like having a chat in Discord, and it's like setting off my little like pew 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 pew, and it's really distracting. Hold on, let me fix this.
Do not disturb.
I could have sworn I turned these notifications off.
I'm muted. Oh my god. Do you not have streamer mode on, dude?
I thought I did.
No, because
automatic streamer mode comes on.
Oh no, because I'm
for...
doing it. Yeah, because I'm doing it on my browser. It's fine. Message is off.
Silly.
There. All right, go ahead and send a message because I think that test message. Perfect. Okay, good. Cool. I'll make sure to cut that for the YouTube version. Okay, go ahead. So we both know what Syracuse is up to, and now that I've been able to deliver this information to people that can actually do something about it, I need an insider.
I text back, so you nearly leave me to rot. You nearly cost me my job, my entire family's reputation, not to mention my life, and now you're coming back to me because you want to use me again. You're not setting off a good precedent, Colette.
The response is, the key word here is nearly cost you.
You haven't changed a bit, have you?
Guess not.
I want someplace public, someplace we know.
All right. How about Quartz Coast?
Of course. Meet me there at 8 p.m. tonight.
Bring some friends. And tell Geppetto I'm sorry.
I'll tell her we'll see, and then I'll go ahead and cut the communication. And I'm going to spend a few minutes just stewing on this. And at my actual terminal, my actual office desk, I start putting together like some AI routine to just start searching for like defenses. And I want to make it look like I'm just trying to learn how to set up some security thing, make it look like I'm keeping busy. And trying to look at her house defense, look at security guards, and I'm just letting an AI run through all these, just make it look like I'm staying busy. And at that point, I slip out of my office. I go back to my terminal after I set all this up, and I have no idea what has happened to the rest of the team at this point. So when I sit back down and I check in, I'll send a call to Geppetto, and I don't know about his little forwarding call thing he set up either. I'll call Geppetto and say, Colette just contacted me. I'm assuming whenever you pick up.
I guess gets a call from Whistleblower.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Does Aegis notify Geppetto, or?
Yeah, Aegis will like float on their body. Long neck just kind of like bends over into your field of vision from behind you and says, Geppetto, there's an incoming call from Whistleblower.
Why? Sure, whatever. I'll take the call. Thank you.
Patching. Boop, boop.
Geppetto, I just got an whoa, hey.
What is it? You're calling me. What is it?
Colette just contacted me. She wants to meet me tonight.
Geppetto is literally looking at the body of Incisor on the ground.
Oh, really? I see. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting to see her so soon. And that she'd be willing to speak with me again. I thought we were on relatively bad terms when we last spoke. But if she's willing to offer an olive branch, then that's good news.
All I can tell you is that despite our disagreements on the last operation, you deserve to know. And she does say she's sorry.
I see. Okay. I'm glad. I'm very glad that she's offering to. She's proffering an olive branch, as I say. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that we've run into a light spot of trouble. Not your fault, by the way. Nothing to do with you. So,
What happened?
But not important. What is important is that unfortunately I am currently operating with a single arm and need relatively swift medical attention if I'm to be going to speak with Ms. Zotoyemi. I think at this point, Geppetto has had a wardrobe change out of the flowy white cotton thing that they were wearing, a linen and cotton thing they were wearing earlier. Because that's
now covered in
torn
blood
and soaked with blood. Yes. They are now in like a midnight blue kimono. Think like Auron from Final Fantasy X, where he's wearing it where one arm is through a sleeve and another is inside. There's like a it looks stylistic as a choice, like but actually there's a reason why the other arm isn't threaded. I have a few personal matters to sort. I think you've caught me, unfortunately, a little bit unawares. But if you do know the name of somebody who can at least make sure that the wiring in my arm is functional again, I am more than happy to chat to Miss Otoyemi again.
Are you going to tell me what happened?
Look, I've been injured. I need assistance. If you're not assisting, I'll speak to you later.
I don't know how to assist you unless I know what the situation is.
Oh my god.
The team is affected.
Okay, sorry. I raised my voice. I apologize. The location's been my base of operations has been compromised, unfortunately. That's going to have to mean I'm going to have to do a little bit of relocating of members of my team. And as a result, that is of premier importance to me in mind right now. Unfortunately, I'm not really able to go and put all that aside until I am able to secure their safety, and securing their safety is very difficult with a single arm. So, names of medics I can speak to, and then we can reconvene about speaking to Miss Otoyemi. I'm sure you understand.
One last question, and I say this as I'm also getting ready to contact Nathan.
Is the rest of the team okay?
We've had a fatality, but not one that you're attached to, so don't be losing sleep over it. Don't lose sleep over it. Thanks.
So at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and contact Nathan, give him the rundown of okay, injuries. I need some kind of reliable street doc.
Oh right, yes, your brother is called Nathan. Jesus, I was about to correct you.
Yeah. Since Nathan already kind of did you the helicopter favor, I would say if you want, you can use your create a contact, declare a contact thing, because I don't know if Nathan. Let me not be a dick. Nathan's your brother, after all.
It's just whether he's resourceful at this time.
Right. Nathan sees your request. Can you go ahead and give me a hit the street roll, since you're dealing with a contact?
Hit the streets. 10. So let's see, what does that mean? A hit the street. You get what you want and a little something extra. Mm-hmm. So you choose either intel or gear. Can I do one of those golden shiny briefcases and contribute that to the team later for gear?
I wonder how they would get it to you, but okay.
Worry about that later. Probably at that drop where I just tell the team to go pick it up.
Okay. By the way, I just realized we have this intel. Was that intel from anything in particular? I see an intel on our on our board here, and I don't remember if that was from something that happened in the last session. It doesn't look like it.
I think that was an intel. I think that might have been left over from the mission when we were at the hover base.
Yeah, because now it's no longer
I think
important.
That's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's gone.
All right, so we'll go ahead and add a gear, and Nathan is basically going to he gives you an address, a ping to another street doc who is located on one of the trash oil rig islands.
Sounds good.
And says, you do me a favor. I have a dead drop that I have a dead drop of a certain piece of equipment that I no longer have use for, but I want to make sure doesn't fall in the wrong hands. You're welcome to it. It's on the way, and sends another message of how to get to the dead drop. And that's how we're going to narratively justify that gear.
Sure. Okay. And I will give that to the three of them and let them work out how to pick it up, and I don't suppose it matters how we pick it up. Now, meanwhile, while they're going over to get themselves fixed up at this street dock, and I do pass them the address, I kind of fudge some of the cameras in Syracuse at this point. Make it look like I'm just kind of wandering around doing some typical maintenance, looking up things, or at least that I'm in my office.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do at that point is spoof some camera footage to make it look like I'm just still in the building, but I'm going to go ahead and work my way out.
All right. So you're leaving Syracuse.
Yeah, so I'm going to start making my way over to the restaurant.
Okay. I wonder if I should make you do a move for this, and then potentially stick you back in Syracuse again.
Roll to escape.
Lock me in Syracuse. No.
Why don't we make this an assess roll? I think assess sounds. You know, you're trying to get out. When you're closely studying a place or a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
9. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you gain a hold for one of these, and you can. Well, let's see. You can ask. You can spend a hold to ask any of these questions.
Okay.
It'll just be like a narrative. We'll just kind of make this like a narrative, like that's it, kind of thing. Like it'll be how you get out of the building.
Let's see. I spend one hold of any time to ask someone a question. Let's take one forward when acting on the answers. Okay. All right. So how can I avoid trouble, or I guess in a way hide away from the cameras while I leave and then eventually come back?
Right. Yeah, to avoid trouble and hide and like go away. Yeah, I mean, we'll say like your camera game is on point. You know exactly which cameras to take out. You know which door you need to go through to and spoof the card for, so that it doesn't look like it's you that left the building. And yeah, we can say like it's generally that simple. It's not like you're a hostage here. It's just you've erased a trace that you've left the building. So I think that works for me. You're free to go.
I'm finally out of the building. Yay!
Now I can beat you up. Yay! I'm kidding.
Yay!
Are you kidding?
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Yeah, and you walk out into the base. You're at the base of this giant skyscraper that's already on its own floating island. And yeah, you're able to call for transportation to take you down. Like you can take like
I got a company vehicle. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can take a company vehicle, or like, I'm thinking like the alternative to a space elevator. I guess it would just be like a little, like a VTOL or something. Like, yeah, it's like a little, it's like a VTOL bus basically. Like you can just take it down to the ground level.
Sure.
Or are you just trying to go straight to Quartz?
Trying to go
So
straight there, you could take a blimp.
Take a blimp, of course.
Ziggurat blimp.
Luxury.
Nah, I don't think I like Ziggies today. I don't like the Ziggies today. So
Do you have a choice?
Yeah. Facts.
So whatever transportation I will use to get there, I'll get there at like the appropriate time. But I do want to also let Nathan know what's going on. So I text him and say, Colette's contacted me about something. I don't know what she wants, but I need you to just be ready. I'm going to meet her now.
I know you're my brother, but you owe me big.
Yeah.
Raja and that VTOL were not cheap, you know.
I know. And if I need to compensate you some way, I do have some cred from the job. But we'll need to discuss that later. I need to see Colette.
Leaves it at that, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut over to Sinon. So Sinon,
Okay.
you've left this like boarded up, shut down art house cinema, one theater cinema. It's like this little, right? And sirens are passing by, and you realize like, yeah, you need to make sure that you remember safety net is still looking for you, so you have to make sure that you traverse the streets appropriately, the alleyways. So what do you do?
Well, I guess my first question is, did Sinon find his phone in the theater? Or did they like just sort of leave it after hacking it or smash it, or I don't remember what happened.
I mean, they probably would have smashed it.
Alrighty.
They got to make sure that they can't trace you, you know what I mean? To like the...
So my message went to
Makes
dead air
sense.
for Sinon. Fun.
Yep. I had a couple of thoughts about what he wanted to do, but I don't think it's in character. He knows where the toy shop is, so I think he would sort of try and make his way over there.
Okay.
Just hail a robo-taxi or something like that, and
An auto cab or something.
yeah, a Johnny Cab.
Sure.
Because that's, I mean, he would be trying to find everyone else, and like, you know, he sort of saw what happened, so it looks like that's the only place he would know to find them in short term.
Yeah, and they're most likely there, or at the very least, you could find out how to get to them from there. So why don't we also give you an assess situation to make sure like
Sure.
you're traversing the streets properly.
Getting there quickly.
Yeah. Well, carefully.
Carefully and quickly.
Yes.
All right.
6,
Alright.
8. That's one
8.
hold. So you can ask one of those questions.
Oh, it's always good to, let's see. Well, I mean, the obvious one is, how can I avoid trouble or hide?
Right. Well, you make sure that the cab that you order does not belong to Ziggurat and or Safety Net. And so, yeah. I think you probably hail down like
Oh, I have a great idea. And so it's not a robot cab. It's like a guy who's
like a rickshaw?
driving like what a like a super old like an early 2000s car, and old yellow painted, just not in good shape, and it's just this old Cuban guy driving the car, and he's like only takes paper cred,
Canadian Tire money.
Yeah.
Zing.
Yeah, it's I forgot what they call them. They're like independent cab driver. I forgot what they're called. I'm thinking when I went to the Bahamas, I forgot. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So this guy,
exactly.
independent cab driver. That's always a risk, because you never know who you're. Right? Nobody has vetted them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm fairly personable and also a little bit bloody, so I assume I look at least slightly threatening.
Sure.
No, you just do that movie thing where you just grab some coat and you just throw it over yourself off a rack.
Well, you know what? These independent cab drivers, they know what they're used for, right?
Yeah.
So he looks at you, getting in the car.
I look,
and he makes sure to tap his dashboard where there's various firearms that he can kill you with if need be.
Yeah, I sort of make eye contact with him in the rearview mirror and just like, at least.
He nods silently and takes you to the toy store.
All right.
Go ahead and call that. You want to call it a? Should we spend a cred for that? I feel like we should.
You know what? That's fine. I'll pay this basically for his ride.
For the discretion.
Yes, it's to be expected from these. I could pay less for an auto cab, but then I'd be.
Yeah, you basically pay, right. You can use the auto cabs, but then you risk, being seen or spotted or, tracked. Whereas independent cab drivers, you're paying for discretion.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me. I am now down to 3. Which is such a waste because, that street doc has 4 of my cred and my thing.
That darn street dog.
I'll go rough him up.
So I get out and I assume I can sort of hear shattered glass being sort of scraped on the ground as they're trying to sort of clean up, not clean up, but get all the gunpla back on their feet. So I'll just sort of come up to the broken front window and be like, hey.
Oh my god,
Angel! Yeah, you hear the crunched glass before you even see Sinon. When you turn to the window frame, that's when Sinon walks in.
Rush out to the front, pistol in my hand, and skid to a halt. And I'm like, oh my god, you're alive! And just hug him. You can despite the fact she got Cyber Eyes installed, you can feel her crying.
Just give her a sort of a
she's like
a little back pat a little bit.
She's just sort of like a little busted up over this, but she's very glad you're alive.
I'm a little worse for wear, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
And
Geppetto's not doing too well either. We lost Incisor, we think. Right. So
it sort of gives a quick little squeeze, and then okay, well, let's get in there then.
Yeah, and she just kind of leads Sinon in there, kind of dead Atelier on the road. But we took care of him.
Yeah, we should probably go and take those inside immediately.
Yeah, Angel just kind of drags them. It's like the husk of the motorcycle inside.
Can we do a light retcon and have by the time that Sinon has arrived, there is just 3 bloody streaks in the street?
Yes.
Rather than...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
The
goodness.
sensible. Yeah.
And yeah.
Man, where are those safety net guys?
And maybe Pantone, after you're able to get Pantone online, is using like his little spray things to just like just kind of paint over the blood.
Nice.
I see a red streak and I want to paint it black.
Very good.
Oh my god.
Reference.
That's not the time for jokes.
Oh, no,
sad here.
absolutely.
No, I'm.
Levity is always much appreciated.
Sinon comes in and sort of looks at Geppetto and says, I heard. I'm
They found us because of you, you know.
He sort of is like, yeah, it's it looks like Doctor sold me out. And
there is like
that's
a 30-second pause. It wasn't your fault. I suppose it wasn't your fault. These are setbacks that visionaries suffer, that freedom fighters suffer. We're never going to be in a situation where we're truly free of oppressors, but it's not like before. We used to have 40 to 50 of us, I'm sure you remember me talking about that before, and we reduced to 10, and we're not below 10. We gained new friends, even if some of them were short-lived, so...
And Sinon's just like, he is just looking sort of somberly at Geppetto, and he's just like, how can I help?
I'm going to go and make a call to a colleague from work for a transportation van. I've been given the address of a street doctor that can get my my right arm back to basic functionality. I think just look out for everybody, please. I don't think I can. I don't think I'm in a position to help anybody right now. Oh, we're still. And Geppetto goes and checks the live stream. It probably auto-ended at some point where enough chaos went on to cut the feed. But was there any messages? Was there anybody in the proverbial / literal Twitch chat that said anything during the period of time that the stream was live and we were being attacked?
I think in the live stream, tell me about your audience. Like, who is it that you normally that would normally watch your streams?
Geppetto is not the only person who thinks this way about the nature of AI and sapience. This is essentially kind of like an indie community of other roboticists and activists who, ideally, his ideal audience, who knows whether anybody actually watches this, with the idea that this isn't something, the revolution isn't done by a single person who's not even AI. There's a degree to which that's very self-serving. That not whether Geppetto is aware of that or not. But yeah, it's reaching out to kind of like other roboticists who he hopes think the same way that he does and are doing similar things wherever they are in the world.
I think explanations of, oh, holy shit, and screaming like, over there, stay safe, look out, and I want to say, technically, can we make this a hit the street?
Sure.
Because I have an idea, and since you're kind of like reaching out to like your
the wider audience, yes.
Yeah, people that are sympathetic to your cause.
It's very meta. Do I have any bonuses for hitting the street as a pusher? I might do. Give me just a second. I wonder if this would trigger vision thing. Which I'll cancel the roll so I can post vision thing. When you have the time and space for an emotional connection with someone and you passionately advocate for your vision, roll style. I gain hold, and the target NPCs can do things by spending holes, giving me something that I want, do something that I ask, fight to protect me or my cause. Disobey an order.
What we can do is we can say it's kind of like an automatic win, and we'll just I'll give you a +1 to your hit the street.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, because I don't know if any of these holds.
Depending on if somebody's reaching out, like, how can I help? To play my hand, if there is somebody out there that's like, how can I help? I'm like, please, if you have a safe place to put some of the gunplay that's not here.
You know what? God. I could see that. Yeah, go ahead and roll vision thing. Why not? Roll your style.
Roll style. Submit. It's bad.
No, it's good. It's 9.
That's 9. That's 9. It's 7 to 9. That's all right. That's all right.
So you got like 1 hold, right?
Yep.
All right. What do you want to use?
So I basically get to put out a single plea for help for somebody to kind of look after some of the gunpla.
So you're using the protect you or your cause. Okay. Yeah, you get first off, the feed was relatively quickly reported for for violence, but yeah, you were able to get messages from a fan of yours who says, I have a hideout in I have a hideout on Neo, Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
If you can make your way there.
Fancy. Okay. Wonderful.
And I'll just say, like, the rig is halfway there. Stop and, see if Eagle's got anything. Shit like that, just to restock, catch our breath in a safe-ish place.
Get a change of clothes.
Yeah.
Last request I want to make before I can step back and let other people work out what they're going to do in the aftermath of this nightmare is I am going to either... I can probably call this in as Kai Newitz rather than asking Sharon King, chassis designer of Membergold, to do it for me, but I want to call in a Memory Gold branded van to put the robots in and drive them to the various destinations to get them dropped off. Like I'm delivering, the products that we provide, but not.
Okay. So last we were with Sharon King. Sharon King, she already called in a favor, or rather, you called in a favor from her already, so you're calling in another favor. So now you're gonna owe Sharon.
We're on neutral terms, yes.
Yeah.
So I need to persuade them, which is a fast.
Go ahead and go ahead. No, this would be hit the streets.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Same stat. Boop. Bad. And I can't re-roll that, so they do not help.
Yeah, I think the response is, you're a person of interest to somebody in Memgold, someone named Jackie Wynn.
Yes, we've met.
Yeah.
Delightful, although the sense of fashion is a little drab.
Yeah. I don't feel comfortable sending a van at your request just for now until some things kind of blow over, because
that is understandable. I understand. Thank you, though. I hope you're still up for a collaboration on the chassis design, by the way. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. We'll see. And communication drops.
Mm-hmm. Geppetto waves goodbye with their non-dominant hand.
I think we'll try and Sinon would try and help at that point, having overheard the disappointment, and we'll just call our old.
I was actually gonna call Long Haul up to find out where the fuck you.
Yeah. So I'll call up Long Haul and see if he can transport these robots to
Sure.
Neo Proto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a hit the streets. That's a 9. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so
I guess I'm not in a position to help, or no. I guess it would be silly if I kept involving dice rolls, but I'm in a position to maybe push that to a 10 if I help. I don't know.
I mean, it has to do with the gunpla. I usually you should do it before.
Before, yeah.
But
right.
No, I'll let that go. That's me not playing the game correctly. So let's play the game as it's intended to be.
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so you get what you want, but on a 7 to 9, you have to choose from the list below. Choose 2 from the list below.
Well, it's going to cost me extra. And I'm going to owe him a favor now.
I think you already owe him a favor.
No, oh yeah, well, I can't do that then. I don't want extra time.
Your contact needs you to help them out with something. I guess it's an immediate demand for assistance.
Yeah, I mean he already.
Mm-hmm.
I already owe him one that he's going to call in at some point. Okay. Unwanted attention or complications or consequences. That's
Sure.
cost me extra. How much does it cost me?
Well, so the transportation, it doesn't have to be you specifically, if that would help you out here, right?
Yeah, no, I'm in a position to bankroll that. How much is it? How much is it? I can.
Do you remember how much it was when they transported you to the to Miami mainland?
So it was 2 because I also
cost
had
extra.
to choose that it costs extra.
Right. So now in this case, we're talking. It's about the same thing. So you're just going to Puerto Rico instead. I would say it's 2 cred.
Angel's just gonna hand.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Angel's just gonna hand Sinon the cred and just be like, take it. I'm covering this time. I've got 8 cred. It's like, whatever. Is a dent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angel. I appreciate it.
And she just gives 2 thumbs up, just like, absolutely.
We'll get Valkyrie back online and running perfectly soon.
Thank you. She just kind of looks over at the husk of Valkyrie and goes, soon.
I built her like a brick shit house. This is
You did.
Not enough to do her in.
She's tough. A lot stronger than she thinks.
And your second consequence was?
Oh, the other one was there are unintended consequences, or.
You sure you want to pick that?
Well, I don't want it to take extra time. I want it to be right now. If you'll let me owe him a second favor, I certainly don't mind him calling in a giant favor later or something. But it didn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. So
Rack up that season 2 job.
Well, you could do that. Your
you...
contact needs you to help them out with something.
Okay, well,
it just means that, like, if you need something from them ever again, you're having a -1 ongoing to the move
unless I've done it, yeah.
Until you've helped them.
All right. I owe him 2 now. And I just sort of joke with them, for the amount I'm paying you, shouldn't have to owe you 2.
Okay.
All right, it's fine.
And yeah, he'll go. For the amount of people I'm moving for you, it's risky. You know it's risky. And you still owe me.
Yes, I owe you precisely 2.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought like one of these moves was you owe them. So yeah, so you still. Oh, so you should have actually had -1 ongoing, because they haven't, but they didn't ask you for help yet. So.
That's okay. I got an 8, right?
Mm-hmm. And the -1 would put it to a 7, which is on the bracket 7.
So why don't we say I could use your help with something if you want me to do this.
What do you need and
And that's where we cut.
As long as the answer to when wasn't right now, then we'll deal.
You never know.
Oh, you don't need to go see Colette. I absolutely need to go and see Colette. It's very important.
And I will be stressed, and I just want Geppetto alone with me.
Dancing with one functioning arm.
And that was our 6th episode of the Sprawl.
Holy shit, what an episode.
Holy
Sad
shit.
times.
Yeah. But things are building up. It's gonna be good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Lots of objectives and sub-objectives that are gonna be maybe rolling all together at once in a giant ball of doom as we move towards our finale. So that we know, our next episode is going to be actually next Monday, the 14th. So I'm going to have to at some point do a GM prep episode so that we can.
Saturday the 14th. I was very alarmed for a second there.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Monday, and I was like,
I'm so
what?
sorry. I guess never mind. Next Saturday, the 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm gonna have to do a GM prep episode at some point because holy balls, there's a lot going on. And then our finale, our season finale, will be the 28th.
Good beans.
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and have everybody do some outros. So I'll start with me. I'm Oz. I am your master of ceremonies. I am the game master here, as well as on Join the Anarchy, although Join the Anarchy is actually done with its 2nd campaign. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're going to have our rap party actually this Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to go in there and geek out with us and just talk, hang out and chat as we reminisce and theory craft as to what goes on from here or what has happened before. It's gonna be great. Aside from that, you can catch me on the next episode or the next show, or rather, sorry, the premiere of the new series Cyberpunk Red, Punk's Not Dead, which will be premiering on the 16th, Monday the 16th. So check us out. I'm gonna be playing in that one. And my player Trav and Join the Anarchy is going to be the GM, so I'm very excited about that.
Trav is an astounding GM, by the way.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh god, I kind of know what to expect because of that Streamathon game, and I'm just kind of like,
this
is gonna be good.
He doesn't realize how perfect he is for it, but he'll soon know.
He's a good fella.
I think he knows.
All right, so that's me. Allison.
Yo, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Alex. God, if I could all list all the things I do, but the things you can see me do are stream. You could also follow me, stream at Digit Alley. Get it? It's a pun. I'm getting into my kind of school year schedule, picking out what days it's Thursdays are an easy bet, as well as Saturdays to catch me at some point. But Thursdays, I play Stardew with my girlfriend. I'm trying to figure out a day where I can just start beating games again because we need to do that. I'm also going to be, come end of the month, after our kind of Sprawl finale of season 1 of the Sprawl, I'm going to be on Optiverse. Right the next fucking day, I know. As we potentially say goodbye to Angel, you get to see me play as a wonderful new girl, and you're all going to love her just as much as you love Angel, because I know all of you love Angel. But you can always follow me on Twitter at DigitaliTwitch. It's down there below me. And just keep up with all my shenanigans. Everything from video games to lesbianism.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Gay shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Myson.
Hi, I'm Myson. I am a freelance GM/player/some person or other on the internet. Other than that, I am the GM and the producer of the Chrome City Chronicles, an Indianapolis Shadowrun actual play and audio drama podcast. At the moment, the podcast is going through a bit of production trouble, but we'll see if we can get that back up and running. We don't know, but hopefully it'll all be good. Otherwise, I do the rare bit of Twitch. I really should do it more often. And I play whatever I'm invited to, I guess.
Yeah.
That's me.
Nathan.
Hi, hello, I'm Nathan Blades, the androgynous android game show host from the future. I do all sorts of queer cyberpunk nonsense, both on Twitch and in podcast form. You can follow me at my Twitch channel. What is it? The Neon Caster. It's my username. Wow. Where we do Cyberpunk Book Club and go and play various cyberpunk video games and discuss their themes and ideas and the nature of the genre. I also do a podcast called The Talent Agency, which is about the arts and entertainment world of 2077's UK. It is complete, utter nonsense. Great. Go watch it or listen to it, I guess. I've just checked. We've reached like 9,000 downloads of my weird podcasts. So that's neat. God. Why are people listening to us? Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you on either of those things very soon.
Nice. And Palmer.
Oh, finally me. Palmer, that's me. I am the producer and writer for Radio Free Detroit, starring Ziggy the Troll, voiced by Oz. And if you want to hear a lot of troll philosophy set in 2080, then that's where you should head. I'll drop a link in the chat shortly. Other than that, you will also see me on the upcoming series Guardian Allies, which is starting at the end of this month.
Nice. And Allison, there's something that you didn't get a chance to plug. What was that about?
I goofed. I goofed. I do a Shadow podcast. It's called Awaken to Sixth World Shadowcast. It's for those of you who don't understand magic on like the bigwig level. Don't worry, we're not bigwigs either. We'll explain it to you. Beyond finger wiggle, things happen.
Nice.
I do Mac in the chat, and she's great.
Yeah. All right, well, that is everything. So we'll see you for our next episode next week. And take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.